This program is brought to you with the help from our real friends. For your photo, video, and audio needs, look no further than Shuttermaster. Shuttermaster is your source for mics, mixers, professional lighting, cameras, and many more. Visit them at shuttermaster.com.ph for more details. And now for our regular program. Here's Joe and Kokoy.
Hi, we're back. I am Joe.
And I'm Kokoy,
And together we are.
TITOS with Ukuleleles.
We're here at Shutter Chinoy. We'd really like to thank Frank and Shuttermaster Pro for loaning us this venue and these Sennheiser profile wireless lapel mics.
Yeah.
So, Kokoy, what do we have today?
Okay, Joe, for today we have a nice, very, very bright blue ukulele from Mahalo. Coming from the Island series, this Mahalo in Tenor size comes in a wide range of colors and sizes as well.
So I suppose because it's Island series, it's part of the Shutter color scheme is to make it look like the sea or something.
Yes, well, more of a natural, bright, island life color. They actually have it in that lime green that, that's very bright and greeny. So the nice thing about this is that it's a very affordable entry level ukulele. When I say entry level is that when you're coming up to a brand like Mahalo, right? Is that you're definitely coming from a price point.
So,
not like those cheap China ones from Temu or those other stuff.
So how much for this?
So this one because it's Tenor size, this would be around like $100. But the smaller sizes will be definitely cheaper. It does not come with a case, but sometimes the seller, the distributor might give you one.
I like the paint job.
Yes.
It's not solid, so there's texture to it, and I think I can still see some of the wood grain under it. So what wood did they use for the body?
Okay, now this is a mouthful. The wood that they use for the body is called linden, while the neck is called hapon.
How do
or
you spell
Japon.
hapon?
Japon.
Very good, you can spell. Okay.
Yeah. Now, like I said, in this channel, we will not discuss too much on tone wood because when you come up to such brands, especially for ukuleles, they have to use different kinds of wood depending on the budget and also the availability, and definitely because of the size. Because for one thing, ukuleles are smaller and thinner than classical or acoustic. So definitely some of the wood that you might use for guitars might not be good for ukulele or economic for ukulele.
I noticed, did you change the string?
Yes, actually, Joe, one other thing that that's nice to do when you have something like a tenor, because the tenor has a wider body, so you want to have it like a louder sound or maybe a warmer sound in that aspect. So I prefer putting a low G setup on my tenor ukuleles, just like you do, if I understand. So when you put a low G, it gives you that low warm sound, and because it's tenor. It also helps more. I feel it helps with the strumming because with that wound low G, you get to also hit the low notes. Plus, when you strum, you're not like hitting a very thin G string, as most found on concert or smaller sizes. What's nice thing about this as well is that the headstock is a nice slotted one.
Yeah.
I like these kinds of headstocks.
Yeah, I'm torn. Well, like it looks cool, but if I have a paddle board, the typical paddle style headstock, it's easier to trim the strings. For this, it's hard to sometimes for me to maneuver just to cut off the excess string when you restring. But no, yeah, it looks nice.
Yes, that's one. As well as the definitely because it's like a slotted one. It does give you a much more difficulty to put in the string because you really have to slot it in already a slotted headstock. But it kind of looks nice. Actually, the whole body is bright blue, no? So would you like to hear how it sounds like?
Yeah, you'll do the sound check this time?
All right, why not? We'll for our sound check for most of our episodes, we'll be doing basic strumming. One disclaimer is that we are not professional musicians.
Yeah, we're hobbies, so just like to talk about our instruments.
We don't play lead like rock stars, and nor should you on a ukulele. But that could be a fun thing to do. So with our sound samples, we would demonstrate to you open chords, plucking, and just some strumming, so that you can always compare later on when you watch most of our episodes, or when you just want to hear the pure sound without any bias on our good playing or not good playing.
Okay.
Right? So
let's jump to a sound sample.
To a sound sample. Okay, and so that is how this ukulele sounds.
That was interesting.
Yeah, how do you think it sounds to you?
Well, okay, can I borrow? I'm gonna. Okay, I have to base this on the fact that it's not the stock string.
Okay. Yes, and the string might actually be a recycled string, which some musicians do, because you can actually change strings. If you don't find any strings from a ukulele, you can actually put classical nylon strings in here. So this might be a recycled one, which is why you don't feel. But it does still sound.
It sounds throaty.
Throaty.
Yeah, for me, it sounds throaty.
Well, again, we're not tone wood experts, but simply because the kind of wood.
It's the throaty kind of bedroom morning voice. It's not necessarily bad.
Yes, actually, one thing that we will be comparing to other instruments, which is something I also noticed, is that, for example, most of the cheap woods that you find in these online shoppings, you tend to have a more bright or brittle sound compared to throaty. Now, throaty can be because one, it's a bigger body. Two is because this is a little more higher quality than the other one, and possibly also because of the new bone bridge, new bone saddle that we have over here. One thing that actually makes this a little bit better than your standard entry level is does have that new bone.
Okay, so the price still shows here at the frets. It's still a little sharp, not perfectly crowned.
Yes, one of the things that make any instrument, like a string instrument, more expensive is the crowning, where you have more or less rounded fret ends. That's because that's an additional few hours to do. Well, for this one, it's not as bad. It's actually not as bad as
not as bad as some of the ones we've tested.
Not the one we've tested, not some of the $50 ukuleles we've tested. For $100, I think this is pretty much worth it.
You know, I think it's interesting that, okay, so this brand is Mahalo.
Yes.
It's the Hawaiian word for, I think, thank you.
What did your research tell you about Mahalo? Where did it come from?
Okay, so it's a Japanese company, right? And they used to have
according to their website,
China.
Started in when did it start?
99.
Yeah, 1999.
But this one is, they have it made in China, but this one is Indonesia, right?
Yes. This one right now, this particular series seems to be all made from Indonesia. Possibly because maybe the wood also comes from Indonesia.
Yeah, you know, I have the other Mahalo that I got from you, the baritone, also made in Indonesia.
Yes.
Yeah, but you know, I'd like to point out, okay, so we have all of these ukulele companies they have Hawaiian sounding brand names like Mahalo,
Yes.
Kala, Lanikai, Ohana. Granted, the instrument may be Hawaiian inspired, but I think it's interesting to note that the companies are not based in Hawaii, and neither is the manufacturing. But
Yes, that's true.
I'm digressing. I'm digressing.
No, it's okay to find that out because sometimes when you hear a Hawaiian sounding like Lanikai, I only recently found out that Lanikai is a place in Hawaii.
Well, I think Kala is a mountain.
Yes. So these Hawaiian sounding brands that people tend to associate with Hawaiian-made ukuleles are not Hawaiian, but some of them are actually Japanese.
But I think for me, for collectors, I think the best to collect might be Ohana.
Ohana for
Well, Ohana means family, and family doesn't get left behind. So we can buy everything and tell our
so that means
significant
you have to
others.
buy all the sizes.
Yeah.
You can't leave someone behind. You have to
Yeah.
buy your wife, your kid. That's true, and that means I have to avoid that brand.
Tito joke. Okay,
Yeah,
so
it's a funny joke.
Okay, so you've said what you like about this. What don't you like?
Okay, what's nice about the Island series is definitely the color. Why? Because this kind of wood and finish, which is not glossy and thick, tend to actually scratch and dent a lot. Like I tried putting those stickable acoustic pickups, and just taking it off left some sort of mark. But
Here.
because it's bright blue, no, it's over here.
Here?
Yeah, you'd see it. There's a
So what's
little
this dark spot
indentation.
there? On the-
These are just discolorations,
Okay.
which is very common for something like a stain that's pretty much a one-layer stain.
What this rosette is a decal, I suppose.
Yep, you have a decal practically a water slide decal rosette. You have it is wood for the bridge, and you have the new bone. Then your nuts are plastic. They didn't do the new bone for the plastic. Maybe if you spend another $100, you can have a new bone.
Hey, at least use wood if you can. If you
That's
can't use
true.
new bone.
No, but sometimes, in some cases, what you want is that resonance of wood. I mean, sorry, my apologies. The resonance of bone. And wood sometimes, depending on the wood, does not do that as much as plastic. That's why they invented the new bone or the other, the other saddles that you have, what we call them, the self-maintaining saddles. Yeah. So the other thing that probably I don't like about it is that, well, like you said, the sound can be that coarse or a bedroom voice sounding like that. But really, it depends on the string or how you play. Again, we've already updated it to a low G, so that can add to the coarseness by adding that little frill. Some people do like that frill. So generally, if I had that $100, I would definitely go with this kind of branding.
So you would recommend these?
Definitely, I would recommend it, and if you can still find it in the colors that are available, because they do go pretty fast for some certain colors. They're all nice, pretty, and cute. If you don't mind me saying, especially the soprano one actually is pretty small and cute, but definitely the bright blue ukulele is something that's already eye-catching in its own. It's as if you swim in it, it's like playing an invisible ukulele.
Okay, so you have any parting words regarding this?
Well, okay, if you can find the color of your choice, then do go get one. I do recommend this Tenor size. Tenor itself is pretty hard to find, but something in this bright color that, I don't think you will get tired of looking at bright blue color. It brings happiness to anyone who sees you play this, even if you play pretty badly like we do. So definitely yes, it's a yes for me, a thumbs up. Do get it a nice padded case, because otherwise you'd get scratches and whatever.
It didn't come with a case? No.
Like I said, some of these budget ukuleles can come with the manufacturer's case if they choose to actually include it. Some distributors might not include it, or sometimes if it's definitely if it's on sale, they might not have it anymore, right? So, and in our episode regarding the bags, we'll be discussing why you want to upgrade your bag.
Yeah.
And definitely this is one reason.
Yeah, watch out for a future episode.
Okay, in a future episode, we'll be discussing about the kinds of bags that you'd like to use to protect your lovely instrument, whatever budget you may have for it. So, Joe, any last things that you want to say about this one?
Well, for the price, it's good. I like the sound. I can overlook the sharp frets. I can just have you fix that for me if I buy one. But we'd like to remind everyone out there, please like our videos, subscribe, keeps us going, okay?
Yes. And with that, we like to thank Mahalo for this nice blue instrument, which we bought with our own money.
Yes, disclaimer.
So it's definitely worth every peso or dollar that we put into this.
Once again, these were not sent to us for evaluation. The ukes we have that we feature are part of our personal collection.
Yes. So thank you again for joining us for our session, and keep watching. Thank you, and we'll see you in our next episode.